Is No Man's Sky for you? This is one variation of a question that I've heard a lot over the years. Should I get this game? Is No Man's Sky good now? Is No Man's Sky for me? The one issue with these questions is that it is subjective, so instead of answering yes or no, I'm going to show you what type of game No Man's Sky is, what you can expect from it, and in doing so, why I have played it for 3,660 hours over the last 6 years. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, so when Hello Games offered to sponsor a video and wanted me just to do my thing provided I mention the link in the description, it seemed perfect. You should totally click that link, by the way. It leads to the Steam page for No Man's Sky where you can currently get the game 50% off. It's a great deal, and by having it on Steam you get access to the experimental branch where new fixes and improvements are rolled out pre-public. Back to the question. To answer this, I think I should first answer, is No Man's Sky good now? This is a terrible question. It has a different answer depending on the perspective you are asking it from, as well as the person asking it, and most of the time only the person asking it can answer. So instead I'll rephrase the question. Is No Man's Sky better than when I last heard anything about it? And while that question is still subjective and can mean any time previous to now, I can answer far more confidently yes. You see, No Man's Sky is an ever-improving project from Hello Games. If you are watching this video, chances are you have heard at least something regarding No Man's Sky's redemption arc. The game that was lambasted by so many for an objectively less than stellar launch, and while I really hate that every video or article talking about No Man's Sky has to bring this up, I can also see why. It is part of No Man's Sky's past and always will be. There are so many quotes that I'll just paraphrase with this. It is not your failures that define you, but whether you learn from them and get back to work. Hello Games is now known as one of the most respected and beloved developers out there because despite the hell they received initially, they got back to work. It has been almost 6 years now and they are still working. Hello Games have far exceeded initial expectations and continue to surprise us with new additions to the game. So yes, it's better than it was 6 years ago, it's better than it was 1 year ago, and just from the nature of No Man's Sky, which takes in exploration information from players and forever holds discoveries for future interlopers to find, it is better than it was yesterday. To continue to answer whether No Man's Sky is for you, I should answer what No Man's Sky is at its core, and that is a pretty unique space simulation game. Every player starts their journey vulnerable, standing next to a crashed ship in a strange place. Before you can really do anything, you must fix your ship, and you must survive while you do so. It isn't too long before you will fix your ship and launch off into space. Turns out you have access to an entire star system. Those planets or moons you could see from the planet's surface, you can go to them, most of which will have unique fauna, plant life, mountain ranges, cave systems. Many of them will also have alien buildings, usually small outposts focused on one thing, like observatories which, if you correctly answer a simple maths-based pattern, will give you a location to a ruin that base's personnel likely spotted, or transmission towers that can pick up distress signals from crashed ships and freighters. This is No Man's Sky, so yes, you can go to those ruins or crashed ships, you can dig up treasures from the ruins or claim the crashed ship as your own, fix it up, and now you have a new ship. Other than a tutorial mission line that takes you through the very basics of the game, this is an enormous sandbox. No Man's Sky rarely tells you what to do, or how to do it, because it is not linear. You don't need to move toward the next objective. If you want units, the primary currency of the universe, there are many ways to obtain this. You can gather and sell resources, you can craft those resources into something more valuable before selling to increase your profits. You can find and dig up treasures, you can scan undiscovered fauna and flora, and then even upgrade your technology to increase the profits from scanning undiscovered fauna and flora. You can do missions from space stations, you can do missions on the anomaly, you can do them solo or with other people. You can do missions for outlaws. You can become an outlaw yourself and attack freighter convoys to steal their goods. This isn't even close to every way to get units in No Man's Sky, and that is just units. One of No Man's Sky's defining gameplay appeals is you have an immense amount of freedom in how you play. Many players like to explore, others like to challenge themselves by amassing wealth in interesting ways. Some like to build and some like to just play the story missions and search for lore, gathering snippets from terminals as they go. Exploration and building are hardly well represented by those words. They both have many sub-communities within the No Man's Sky greater community, devoted to finding better ways to do what they enjoy. Exploration in No Man's Sky isn't just about checking out that planet over there. Earlier I mentioned that when you fix your ship you get access to a whole star system. Well, if you continue a little more, you get access to an entire galaxy with billions of systems in it. And a little secret, there is more than that one galaxy. There's a good chance that even that system you started in has never been seen by anyone before you, and unless you purposefully travel through well-known space, almost everywhere you go has never been seen. Within the exploration community, there are many players who still enjoy No Man's Sky in completely different ways. Some like to explore planets to find amazing locations, huge mountain ranges, paradise islands, epic cave systems. Some like to look for the planets themselves, trying to find planets with blue oceans, green grass and blue skies like Earth, or stunning pink grass planets with fungus that glows at night. Some like to look for technology, whether it be new never discovered ship designs or multi-tools. Others for fauna. There are entire communities based on exobiology documenting their finds as they play. But maybe none of that interests you and you would rather build. No Man's Sky has an enormous building community, many who practice glitch building, all who show incredible creativity with the huge range of building pieces that Hello Games have given us to work with, using these seemingly standard building pieces to create totally new things. These bases can be uploaded to the Hello Games servers to then be discovered and visited by other players around the world. Which brings me to another point. What you see in No Man's Sky is possible to be seen by everyone else. You just have to share the location. A massive portal network exists connecting every single planet in a galaxy to every other planet. Each planet has its own address made up of 12 symbols. If you find something astonishing, you can get the address and share it. You can even pinpoint the exact location on a planet by sharing the latitude and longitude coordinates. At this point you might be noticing a bit of a pattern. The community. No Man's Sky has a huge and exceptionally welcoming community. I've covered a great deal of games on this channel over the last 6 or so years, and while every game has its negative few, No Man's Sky is by far the strongest in its player base, and that definitely has a lot to do with the length of its existence. The No Man's Sky community is constantly evolving and changing, but the core community has been around now for more than 6 years. While it's welcoming, it's fiercely protective of its own integrity. This has led to many things including player civilizations. Before multiplayer was actually a thing in No Man's Sky, the players made their own ways to play together. The Galactic Hub was the original and is still going very strong to this day, with the idea of focusing on a smaller section of space to discover and play together, documenting everything. If you go to a random system within the Galactic Hub territory, you will very likely find player bases, random creations made by the community. You may think this territory is small, it's only 11 regions, except each region of space has hundreds of systems in it. This is still a massive place, yet barely a fraction of a percent of a single galaxy. The Galactic Hub is one of many. There are even multiple collections of civilizations, like the United Federation of Travelers. Hello Games love the community that has grown around their game, and while they largely follow the Federation's prime directive of no contact, they love to show their support, such as adding decals for the few largest player civilizations in-game to the Quicksilver Synthesis bot, canonising civs on the Galactic Atlas, and even subtle but very awesome ways, such as in the latest video from Hello Games that teases No Man's Sky coming to the Switch, where if you look in the background beneath the Switch, you can see 2 limited edition pins for the Galactic Hub and the United Federation of Travelers that were sent to them years ago by the Civ leaders. One last thing I'd like to talk about is probably one of the most important things to consider when deciding whether a game is for you, and that is the gameplay loop. No Man's Sky's gameplay loop, when on its own, is one of gathering resources to increase your power and ability to hold resources. On its own, this sounds simple and grindy, and you can choose to grind like there's no tomorrow in No Man's Sky, but that is most definitely a choice. When you apply many of the other aspects of the game, the loop can be what you want it to be. If you are building, then you will need resources to build, but gathering resources for building is not at all a grind. The building itself is the primary activity in that circumstance. You can easily collect enough materials for a huge build very quickly. Plus, there's even a creative mode where you don't even have to. If you are exploring, you would just be gathering any materials you need as you go. Alternatively, No Man's Sky, as usual, has many ways of doing things, one of which would be to build a money-making focused farm that you rarely collect resources from to sell and fund your adventures. Alternatively, you could invest the nanites, another form of technological currency, back into upgrading your scanning gear and completely fund your adventures from scanning the fauna and flora you discover as you explore. No Man's Sky is completely what you make it. If you're hoping for a first-person shooter that is fast-paced and linear, this is not for you. If you want a Horizon Zero Dawn style game with quests that guide you toward a well-earned final encounter, this is not that. However, if you like chilled out gameplay, if you like to explore, if you like to immerse yourself, if you like old school science fiction where everything is just a little unsettling and creepy in its lore, maybe you like building creative things for function, aesthetics or both, maybe you like to get into a firefight with the local authorities because they are just on your last nerve and they drop some cool loot, or maybe you like getting the best dang ship in the verse and give it the best possible technology. I think this game might be for you. If after that you think this game is for you, be sure to click the link in the description to get No Man's Sky at 50% off. It won't last forever, so don't miss out. No Man's Sky has had a massive amount of updates, all of which have been and continue to be free. Add in no microtransactions on top of that and you have a pretty gamer friendly title. No word has been released on anniversary update yet, but this would be the first year without one if they didn't, and we already have a date for the 7th of October when No Man's Sky will be releasing on the Nintendo Switch. I hope you found this helpful. Have an amazing day.